We both are here today to protest against the mass murderers happening in Israel. We're all unhappy because what happened in Israel. We not only to blame Israel's government, but we can also blame the UN and UK's regime. This is because they're asking for peace, but where is peace and security if you're not going to take action? There must be some sort of humanitarian action taken.
They keep making it smaller, the land, and smaller, and so far there is not even water to drink for the Palestinian people. People are dying. It's only one-sided war. The Israeli people, the bad ones, because I'm not saying all of them are bad, there are good ones, but they can't be heard. They cannot be heard because the government just covered them all. All we can hear is that this protest, it will not have no effect on public, on the world, in the world or whatsoever, unless if there is actually united action against Israeli people, against these killers, the murderers. There are good Israeli people who actually right now, the further down, they're standing there, they're protesting with us, amongst us. So I can say that they're not bad, and apart from those who are actually in power, they are the people who are actually making the nation look bad. But certainly we do hear sometimes they say Israeli Jewish people are bad or Israeli people are bad, but no, they have good people as well. But all we're here for, to make the change, to make the bad ones to stop.
The Arab world, they're just sitting back and they're making the money, they're wealthy, they got the power, but they don't actually care what's happening with their neighborhood. Well, they should do the same thing as follow the United Nations, and they must bring some sort of peace and justice by putting pressure on Israeli government. They can't just sit there and do nothing about it. Just like in the past in 1948, the way they intervened, they went there and they dictated the terms, they set up territorial management, they put borders there. They can do the same thing, go there, just the way they intervened in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Occupation is a crime! Free Iraq and Palestine! Occupation is a crime! Free Iraq and Palestine!
It's become quite obvious that it's the only acceptable word for it is the only acceptable term for it is war crimes. It's obvious that there's been a large amount of civilian death. So just with regards to this specific conflict, I can't really see how you can take any other position than opposition to Israel's action.
I personally think it's quite disgusting how there's like an insight into seeing how the Israelis are getting away with killing all these innocent people. The death toll the other day was 400, and I think it's about time something needs to be done, as a lot of innocent people who haven't done anything are being caught in the middle of this conflict between the two nations.
It's not really a matter of anything more complex than the bombing has to stop, the activity has to end. At the moment, almost all of the power held is by Israel. Hamas can fire a few rockets over, they can't really make any headway militarily. They're not in a position to actually wield any sort of influence. The side which has the most amount of force, the only side which can really apply any actual influence here is Israel. So the responsibility does lie with them.
Other leaders need to intervene and help their Muslim brothers and sisters. I think they're being left alone at the moment. I think if there's a lot of unity and people keep speaking, I think the same might be done and the governments might intervene. However, there has been a lot of UN intervention in the past and treaties have been put in place which have been broken, so it's difficult to say. But I think people need to keep being aware of the situation and telling others.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm personally an internationalist. I don't really think that people dividing themselves up in a entirely kind of arbitrary fashion is really productive. I don't think that's something which is conducive to harmonious human existence.